Gruden out as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders after racist, homophobic, and misogynistic comments were found in his emails. TJ Holmes is here with more on TJ.
If you want to hear my talking points, just literally fucking Google Hassan Piker ACAB or some shit. You know what I mean? There's like a million videos out there.
It's a lot of shockwaves yesterday around the NFL.
It did, Stray, and most of what's in these emails we can't repeat here on the air, and we can't show you. We're talking about slurs directed at the NFL commissioner, slurs in reference to gay players being drafted.
Oh, what the fuck? Show us the... Man, show us the juicy shit. I want to know. Because, like, listen, I have the suspicion, and I've talked about this before. I feel like rich white guys, like, their power level comes from how racist they are. And sometimes that shit's really unique. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, unique levels of fucking bigotry hidden there. They use all of their fucking creative juices on being as racist as you humanly can possibly be. And I want to know, like, what did he say?
Pictures of half-naked cheerleaders. We're talking about mocking female referees, mocking players who protest. Yes, all this from a guy who is not just one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, not just a Super Bowl winning coach, but he has been one of the most influential members of the NFL community for decades.
Jon Gruden abruptly resigned.
By the way, it's literally like the least fucking surprising thing. Like, come on, dude. Really? Like, really? We're just...
I am in so much pain right now, Saj.
Like, this is the least surprising thing I've ever fucking seen or heard as far as, like, news.
Resigned overnight as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, just hours after a bombshell New York Times report revealed his repeated use of abhorrent language in emails dating back a decade. The New York Times writes that Gruden casually and frequently unleashed misogynistic and homophobic language over several years to denigrate people around the game and to mock some of the league's momentous changes.
Oh, shit. Okay, I saw some of it. This New York Times article. Okay. Bro, this is burying the fucking lead in a tweet, dude. So this guy says, by pissing off black people, the LGBTQIA community, women, and Obama Biden stands, Gruden secures the rare quadruple cancellation, trigger warning, hill of slurs. And at first I was like, Gruden also criticized President Obama during his re-election campaign in 2012, as well as then Vice President Joe Biden, whom Gruden called a nervous, clueless pussy. True. He used similar words to describe Goodell and DeMar Smith, the executive director of the NFL Players Association. I was like, well, that's like, what? You're getting canceled for that? Like, that's nuts. Okay, this is truly 1987 George Orwell Animal Crossing on Nintendo. You know what I mean? That's fucking bullshit. And then I click next, and it's like, Gruden's behavior was not limited to 2011. Exchanged emails with Allen and other men that included photos of women wearing only bikini bottoms, including two of the Washington. Okay, so that... Like,
love my boy.
They're stacking the deck. Okay, this is what is known as, or is it padding the deck? I don't know what the exact fucking the exact thing is, but it's like both of these things are not like that bad, unless it's fucking revenge porn. But if it was revenge porn, they would fucking state it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just like they're basically trying to, like, you know, heighten the severity of the offenses, right? And then I click one more and I'm like, oh, okay, that's very racist. The email was written in 2011 in exchange between Gruden, who's white and was an analyst for ESPN at the time, and Bruce Allen, who was then the president of the Washington football team. Boris Smith has lips the size of Michelin tires. Gruden wrote about Smith in the exchange. Okay, that's yeah, that's just like, all right, that's really fucked up. That's what I was talking about when I said creative racism. These motherfuckers are like English majors, dude. When it comes to, like, being racist, rich white people will literally turn into fucking Shakespeare. They have to, like, they just use all of their creative juices for being, like, as racist as you humanly, physically can be. It's nuts, dude. These motherfuckers, if they use that creative energy for anything else, like, they could actually make some maybe good content.
At Hasanabi Hassan, also the Raiders have one of the best gay linebackers.
Sending photos of naked women to your work colleagues is not that bad. I think you are underplaying that one. It's actually hella inappropriate for the workplace. Yeah, I mean, for sure. But compared to this, it's like, okay, that's fucking really bad.
Hassel sending my love chat.
Those Washington cheerleaders were literally pimped out by the owner. I don't know the context. That's why I said, if the context is really bad, I feel like they would actually add that into the article, though. The cheerleader story is a much bigger thing. Google it. If there's accusations of forced prostitution. Okay, well then that's insane. Why is that not? Okay, we'll you know, you should probably mention that in the article. That's so much worse. Clicking on the next slide. I haven't seen this one yet. Gruden's messages were sent to Bruce Allen, the former president of the Washington football team, and others while he was working for ESPN as a color analyst during Monday Night's Football. The Sports Network, yeah, he offered color commentary, all right. Color analyst and color commentary means like you're the spicy guy, for those of you who don't know. Anyway, the Sports Network's weekly primetime telecast of NFL games. In the emails, Gruden called the league's commissioner, Roger Goodell, an F word and a clueless anti-football pussy, and said that Goodell should not have pressured Jeff Fisher, then the coach of the Rams, to draft a reference to Michael Sam, a gay player chosen by the team in 2014. Okay, yeah. That's the trifecta. Or the quadfecta, actually. This was found during the investigation into the prostitution shit with Washington. Gruden basically caught a stray here. Queer isn't a slur. It absolutely is, dude. Are you insane? In this situation, it 100% is. When I say queer folk, or when I use queer as an umbrella term to describe like the entirety of the LGBT community, then it's not. Okay? Then it's not a slur. In the context of saying the first openly gay player who was fucking drafted to the NFL is a queer, then you're using it as a weaponized slur, okay? There are a lot of terrible things about the Gruden story, but I can't get over Bruce Allen forcing Washington's cheerleaders to do a topless photo shoot and then using his team email account to send the pictures of Gruden. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, that seems incredibly illegal, dude. Per Juliet McCurr of the New York Times, several former Washington cheerleaders were required to be topless for a photo shoot during the trip, and the team invited a contingent of sponsors and FedEx suite holders who were all men to attend. Yep, context is king in many words, like how Southern men use word boy, super racist. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or even black. Or Jew, for example. Like, it can be contextually appropriate or contextually very inappropriate, okay? Tone, inflection, and context, and who's saying it, and in what context they're saying it absolutely matters in that situation.
Thanks for all the great content, Hussein Swerner.
What? Did you know that there's a TikTok account called Anti-Hasanabi that takes like 5-second clips of you being an in-character rightoid and claims that those are your opinions? It literally does not. That's a stan account, dude. Are you kidding me? They're just memeing. They let NFL players beat their wives and stay. It's so fucked. I mean, they let NFL players murder people. What the fuck do you mean? They let you do anything, okay? If you can fucking... If you are a valuable asset to a team, as in you bring a lot of fucking money, you bring a lot of fans to the table, and you're very good at what you do... I think the only thing that we disagree on with the anti-Hasanabi account and myself is that they're like expressly anti-sex work. And obviously I am pro-sex work. As a sports weeb, the emails aren't even half the story. There's a lot more to the story. I'm not trying to take away from what Gruden said. It's awful, but those pictures of those topless cheerleaders had their passports taken away and persuaded to take those pics. The NFL leaked Gruden's emails, but are keeping hush hush on the owner who most likely prostituted those cheerleaders. Yeah, that's insanely fucked. Like, what the fuck? I feel like the real misogyny there, and I mean like the media also participating in this like patriarchal construct, whether inadvertently or not, doesn't matter, is like not making a bigger story about an owner of a team literally prostituting without like enthusiastic consent their own fucking cheerleaders, and instead everyone hyper focusing on like a rich white dude being fucking racist as fuck and also misogynistic and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, this is literally like a dog bites man story. The other one is man bites dog, but for some reason the media is not covering that as much, it seems like. But maybe I'm wrong.
While working for ESPN, Gruden reportedly called NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a, quote, clue.
Don't forget about Robert Kraft getting massage service in Florida. I don't care about that, dude. I'm fucking... Like, depending on the circumstances of the people that we're talking about, like, I don't... You're not gonna fucking get... I'm not gonna get upset about someone, like, fucking hiring sex workers and shit. But I think they were trafficked, right?
Clueless anti-football expletive and referred to him using a homophobic slur. One of Gruden's players on the Raiders, Carl Nassib, the first openly gay active player in the NFL.
In the emails, the conversations that evoked these vulgarities were about openly gay players being drafted or playing about...
Wait, but you drew the line with the tires comment and not, you said the picture story was not that bad? Because I didn't know the context of how those pictures were acquired. Like, I did not realize that those were naked ladies that were cheerleaders that they themselves had coerced into fucking taking naked photos and shit like that.
About protesting during the anthem, about player safety and concussions, about women referees.
Time out, time out.
In a statement overnight, Gruden said, "I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anyone." Even before the latest revelations, other Gruden emails were already in the spotlight. The Wall Street Journal reported that he used a racist trope to describe NFL Players Association Executive Director DeMaurice Smith back in 2011. Gruden acknowledged to The Athletic that his language went too far, adding, "I never had a blade of racism in me." He also addressed the comments at a press conference last Sunday.
I never had a blade of racism in me. I had a saber, okay? I didn't have a blade of racism in me. I had a fucking fat saber, all right? I had a claymore of racism.
Following the Raiders' loss to the Chicago Bears.
I'm not a racist. I can't tell you how sick I am. I apologize again to D. Smith.
Yes, I had the guts sword of racism, okay? Like, this is Zweihander of racism.
But I feel good about who I am and what I've done my entire life.
Smith later tweeted, "This is not about an email as much as it is about a pervasive belief by some that people who look like me can be treated as less."
Robert Kraft's prosecutors themselves walk back the sex trafficking claim. Prosecutor, there's no evidence of sex trafficking in the Robert Kraft case. I mean, it's an interesting predicament because
For the next twos.
It's Florida. Okay? And we know how Floridian prosecutors have in the past, you know, given people a lighter sentence or looked the other way when it comes to sex offenders, because that's kind of, you know, that's kind of a part of the Florida economy, you know? Billionaires doing sex offenses is what keeps the Floridian economy going. You know?
Hassle.
Washington's owner took the cheerleader's passport and forced them to serve as escorts in Costa Rica. It's insane how he got away with it. Let me guess. He got away with it because he's a fucking billionaire, dude. That's how he got away with it. Just like I'm about to get away with this ad break. Because it's top of the fucking hour. And I'm going to run the 60-second ad break right now.
Yeet.
That's right. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. Of course, if you no longer want to see those ads, there are things you can do. Like you can subscribe. You can subscribe for $5. You can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. If you have a Twitch Prime, you haven't used it yet. If you don't want to subscribe, you can also use an ad block or a VPN, but Twitch Prime is free. Okay. Here's the one I'm going to add now. All right, let's get back to this video.
Less. The New York Times called the emails an unvarnished look into the clubby culture of one NFL circle of peers, where white male decision makers felt comfortable sharing pornographic images, deriding the league policies, and jocularly sharing homophobic language. Gruden, who won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers in 2003, was one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, signing a 10-year, $100 million contract with the Raiders in 2018.
Probably that is the end to what at one point was a storied NFL career as a Super Bowl winning coach, famed Monday Night Football broadcaster, the man that led the Raiders into Las Vegas, a great football career ending in this way.
And to be clear here, this was...
I mean, yeah, he did it on his own, though. Also fascinating how quickly the Gruden emails have become public while all aspects of the league's investigation into Dan Snyder has remained completely private. Lesson for everyone in the difference between the people who cash the checks and those who write them. For the record, like, this coach is not a good guy, okay? Don't misunderstand me. He's not a good guy. That is obvious, right? He's homophobic, he's racist, he's misogynistic. But let's keep it 100. You know, those fucking team owners, dude, they're doing they're doing way worse shit. Like way worse shit.
Fog.
Hit job from Goodell being pissed at being called a pussy. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. Like him saying Obama and Joe Biden are clueless pussies, or him saying like Roger Goodell's a clueless pussy who hates football. He's an anti-football pussy. Like that shit's funny as fuck. Who cares?
Month until I get brain rot.
Like if that's why they were trying to fire him, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You're a psycho. Okay, that is like a psychotic Radlib bullshit. Like you're ridiculous. The ladies that were fucking, you know, forced to take topless photos under duress while also simultaneously, I mean, that's like a bigger fucking crime, dude. That's like actually a crime. See, this is what I don't understand. Being a racist piece of shit in a private email is not a crime, okay? It is a fireable offense, certainly, and it says a lot about you, but that's not a crime. The other thing is like literally a fucking crime, dude. What is going on? Like, that's what I'm like weirded out about. That like, that is like, that's the story, is the crime that's right there. And not like the parts that you can, you know, kind of chip away at. Casual sexism is still sexism. It still adds the rape culture and it still uplifts the patriarchy, which hurts not just women, but men. So you cannot diminish casual racism, casual sexism, casual anything, because they all add to the normalizing and adding to a very large fucking problem. Yeah. The very large problem of like coercing women to fucking take topless photos and like sex trafficking them in Costa Rica seems like the fucking culture that you are perpetuating. So if you're hyper focusing on like other aspects of that normalizes it, while there's the literal fucking thing right there, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know? Anyway, Gruden also had 7 years and $70 million left on his contract that he's losing. Yeah. Charlie Kirk, let's hear what he has to say. He's looking way disheveled lately, dude.
Until you get on your moral high horse. Every single person listening to this right now has said things and texted things and emailed things that could destroy your career, including
I mean, he's not wrong about that. That's true. I hate when people fucking act like that's not true. It's literally true. Come on, shut the fuck up. Every single person has. 1000%. I hate when motherfuckers say that that's not true. It's so dumb. Like, even out of context, like, not in work emails, but like certainly in fucking private emails with your friends, or not private emails, but like private text messages and shit. It's so stupid. You motherfuckers are like, that's not true. Look at your chat history. If someone literally looked at your anonymous chatting history in here, a public fucking forum where you think you're hidden by anonymity, you would literally get fucking yeeted into space, dude. Shut the fuck up. Especially if it's like devoid of context, or like who you're talking to, how close you are. And then there are indefensible things that people should not say. And it's the fucking lips thing. You know what I mean? That's like, that's it. That's racism. You're a fucking racist piece of shit. Fuck you. Don't do that. Don't be that person, right? Like, that sort of stuff is completely indefensible. I just chat Bible verses. How dare you, sir? So I hate it when people act like that's not a real thing. Like, that, like, you know, you've never fucking said something. You've never said something that's, like, fucked up. People will always only hyper-focus on whatever kind of oppression directly targets them, and they hyper focus on that and be like, well, no, I've never said anything sexist, I'm a woman. It's like, I've never perpetuated rape culture as a woman. Okay, but you might have said something that's fucking racially charged, or you might have said something that's like, that is ableist. You know what I mean? Classist, certainly, that's normal. It's like considered to be the norm. Transphobic, even homophobic, especially if it's devoid of context, because we all have privileged blind spots, okay? We all have privileged blind spots. A fact that I talk about all the fucking time. We're all human, okay? Especially if we're talking like in the past. You might have grown from your prior experiences and the sentiments that you expressed. You're telling on yourself. Hassan admitting to being racist in private now? No, absolutely not. If you consider this to be telling on myself, then welcome to the Hasanabi broadcast, my friend. This is at the heart of my commentary. The intersectionality goes both ways, okay? What the fuck do you mean? You know? That doesn't mean it's good, by the way. That does not mean it's good. But everyone has done some shit in a similar capacity. D's trying to clip chimp you, dog. You insufferable folks. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Now, of course, you have to grow from your past, from your prior experiences, and who you used to be. And that's important. I don't think that dude did, and that's besides the point.
Including the cancelers. But let's get to the bottom line here. Why is Jon Gruden not offered forgiveness? Because if Jon Gruden was worth saving, here's what they would do. They'd give him a 2-week suspension to go to some sort of racial reconciliation camp, which, by the way, that's going to be the new playbook. As soon as all of the Democrats start to get flagged as racist, they're going to come up with this new playbook of like, well, he went to like a fat spa to go like lose weight type equivalent thing. You know, he's trying to get his life right. He went to Racist Anonymous, and now he's back in 2 weeks. Like, yeah, okay. I kid you not. That's going to be the new, because the only way. The Democrats have to find a way to exempt themselves from the very totalitarianism and tyranny that.
Yeah, everybody knows, like, NFL coaches and NFL fucking team owners especially are just like big Democrats, dude.
Help.
Like the NFL, the most democratic institution you can get. You know what I mean?
That they're inflicting upon us. And one of the ways they're going to do that is create this like Racist Anonymous support group through some sort of like, well, he's going to take a little bit of a hiatus and he's back and he's found the deep, darkest corner of his soul and he realized he was truly a racist and now he's going to be an ally of the anti-racist movement. But the real reason why they had to get rid of Jon Gruden is because he's a white, Catholic, conservative male who speaks out, and they know that that cannot be supported and offered forgiveness. That's the real reason this happened.
What the fuck? Dude, that's nuts, dude. Yo, he's like, that's literally everyone in the NFL, you fucking idiot. Like, literally everyone on the management side. Charlie Kirk just described virtually everyone on the management side. I'm so confused. Like, oh, dude, it's white Catholic oppression.
And we call this cancel culture. We call this all these different sorts of things. I can't stand the term cancel culture. What it is it's an avenge camp. It's trying to it's a revenge campaign against a certain group of people to try and purge society from the non-believers.
Hassan, look, I have glasses now.
Speak out for what? Against what? His emails got leaked? This dude read that, thought about it, and still decided to let those words fly out of his mouth? Do you think racist people are redeemable, or will they always be racist? I fucking 1000% believe that racist people are redeemable, dude. Are you kidding me? Dude, I literally... I believe murderers are redeemable. Why the fuck wouldn't I think racist people can redeem themselves? The fuck? You absolutely can change. Let me just fucking quit right now. If I can't change motherfuckers' minds and like get them to recognize the wrongs that they've committed in the fucking past, let's just quit. You know, bad people are bad and they will always be bad. There is no reason to analyze the material conditions. There's no reason to analyze, like, you know, systems or social conditioning that factors into the way people operate. And let's just assume that they're forever going to be racist. Fuck it, dude. That's crazy to me. Like, let me just stop what I'm doing then. It's like a big part of why I started streaming on Twitch was so that I could literally fucking show people that you can change. Okay? You can redeem yourself. You can learn. And there are thousands of people in this community that have. So obviously I fucking believe in that, dude. That's crazy. Jesus, he's finally getting it. Good for you. What? This is... I think you mean someone else, right? This is at the heart of my rhetoric and commentary for a very long time and has been since the beginning. Anyway, can you recover from prawn edition, my friend? Okay, stop. Believing in that is the difference between actually wanting to make change versus just whining and do culture war bullshit on Twitter. It straight up feels like the real problem. It straight up feels like the real problem here is the fucking cheerleader investigation that's being conducted currently. That is a much bigger guy, much bigger fish to fry.
If you make the world better, even in
right?
a small way,
and
it's worth it.
This is just like one way to move shift the attention away. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's going on. This leak is very sussy baka.
It was not one email that included a lot of insults. This was a 7 or 8 year stretch of emails from him. Now, people ask, who in the world was he talking to this comfortably that he would say these?
Yeah, but you're not glorifying what's in the reclamation project. Why won't you talk about the other controversies that pertain to the subject that matter? You're contradictory, you effing troglodyte. What? Am I a piece of shit for being a conservative? It's idiots like you that don't understand the meaning of reclamation project, you troglodyte, moronic piece of shit. I get bullied for watching you. I get bullied for watching your streams. I think this person is confused, but, you know. What? A horrible, unrelated fact that has emerged from the Jon Gruden fiasco is that he has a son named Deuce Gruden who looks like this. Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God. What is this, dude? Look, this is one guy. This is one dude off the streets. Okay. Luckily, he was born into a multi-millionaire coach family. Because otherwise, that's a cop. That's literally a cop, dude. Motherfucker out here looking like Megan Fox's thumb
today,
dude.
Sigma grind said, bro.
Holy shit. He just straight up looks like a toe thumb.
Sup, babe.
He ain't even a thumb. He's a pinky. Dude, that's the fattest pinky on the planet, dude.
It's been 1 year. Now I am trans and starting to grow my boobies.
He's a competitive powerlifter? Yeah, he looks jacked. This is some serious 5'6" energy right here. Yeah. That's Thumbelina. Bro, he literally, I mean, dude. It looks like they just took him and pressed him down a little bit and he just widened out. Dude, come on. Oh my God. Dude. What?
Also.
Dude, literally, this picture and this picture is the same picture, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? He went to boot camp for Thumb Wars? Dude, that is like, that's excellent. That's excellent cop posture, dude. That's wonderful, dude. That is fucking wonderful. He fought in Thumb War too. Thumb War so nice they had to do it twice, and then Deuce Gooden was a part of it. Why is his right forearm so thick? He's a power lifter. Ah! What the fuck? Where did you find it? What happened here? Okay, dude, stop! Jon Gruden writing an email? Sports Twitter is gonna fucking love this shit, dude. Here's a take on Gruden from Stephen A. Smith this morning on ESPN. Oh, here we go.
I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry I never meant to hurt anyone. Raiders owner Mark Davis adding, I have accepted Jon Gruden's resignation as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Interesting timing. These emails were sent while Jon Gruden was working for ESPN as a lead analyst for Monday Night Football, and his resignation announced during Monday Night Football.
Oh, God. I'm diving into sports weebdom, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Last night, Keyshawn is getting set to join us right now. Obviously, he just finished his radio show. He played with a unique perspective, playing 2 years under Jon Gruden. We will get to him momentarily. Welcome in First Take. Thank you for being here. I'm Molly Karen Rose, Stephen A. Smith. I'll start with you, Stephen A., as Keyshawn gets set here.
Yes.
What's your reaction to all of this? Because this was shocking. As I was watching the game, it was really coming down throughout and at halftime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, by the way, everybody, like you said, Keyshawn will be here in a second. Just changing.
Walking out right now.
Radio, just finished doing this radio show. I got to get this out of my ear. So much static's in my ear right now. To say...
Bro, I don't know anything about fucking sports or like the people who cover sports, right? But for some reason, like, especially Stephen A. Smith, he just strikes me as an actor. Okay? Like, I feel like he just, like, gets up every morning and then he sits down, he you know, puts on his nice suit and he sits down on that desk and he's like, I'm going to say some shit. I'm going to say some shit that is so fucking silly. Like, he just has that energy where it's like wrestling. You know what I mean? Skip Bayless too. And I don't even know anything. Like, I don't even know anything about what they say, what they do. Okay. But it's just the fucking vibes. The vibes that he fucking puts out are just so silly. Like, he has that. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Don't get me wrong. So, like, please don't fucking yell at me if you like whatever fucking sports guy he likes that he, like, defends. You know what I mean? So then you're like, oh, fuck you. You know, he's actually a truth teller, whatever.
Jeez.
Literally hit the nail on the head, to be honest. Dan Libetard is the only one worth listening to, and he's just a shit lib. They just craft up. They cook up like a spicy ass take for the memes. You know what I mean? That's it.
That this is stunning.
Like the way he carries himself. I don't know. All right, let's just watch.
Doesn't even begin to describe what this situation is.
Yeah.
Let me get this out of the way first.
Real quick, Keyshawn is here. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for the hustle.
No problem.
And grateful to have you.
Yeah, absolutely grateful. Thanks a lot. To say that this is stunning doesn't even begin to describe how we all should feel right now. Couple of things. Number one, yesterday, you weren't here. I was of the mindset that Jon Gruden shouldn't be fired, shouldn't be suspended, because it was one email from 2011. And then the next thing you know, this avalanche arrived last night. And you learned that it wasn't one email, but many. You learned it wasn't one email that happened in 2011. It was emails that started in like 2010 all the way to 2011, all the way to 2018. And let's get into the particulars, because before I even say all of that, let me say this. Jon Gruden's career is over. It's over. There's certain things that we are the land of second chances. People make mistakes all the time, and we get all of that. But I cannot imagine even a white male with influence and connections and some degree of power that can overcome what the New York Times reported and what we all now know.
Much love, man.
Jon Gruden made racially insensitive comments about DeMaurice Smith, the executive director of the Players Association. And you have a plethora of people in this country that felt that should have been enough. Then we learned that he was against the NFL bringing in a guy like Michael Sam, saying...
Like, those two are the biggest offenses that directly tie back to Jon Gruden out of everything that's come out, including, like, the distribution of, like, the topless photos and stuff. But the topless photos situation is, like, much larger as a problem, that what he did distributing the material is nowhere near as grave an offense as, like, getting the cheerleaders to go out and like take those topless photos and coerce them. You know what I mean? But the two things, like, you know, being homophobic and being racist, those two situations are like, that's it. You're a bad dude. You're not a good guy. You know, fucking take some time out and figure it out, you know?
Over via emails that the commissioner should not be encouraging then Rams coach Jeff Fisher to draft queers. Then he sat up there, and after all of that, what did he say after that? He goes off, he calls the commissioner the P word. He calls the vice president of the United States the P word.
Yeah, that stuff I don't give a fuck about. I think that's pretty funny. I'm sorry. If you get fucking mad at that, if you get mad at like a football coach being like, Joe Biden is a pussy, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that, who cares? Like, literally, Polish? Yes, the P word is Polish. That's right. It's just like, that's crazy.
He's against women being officials in the National Football League. I mean, you insulted blacks, you insulted women, you insulted folks from the gay community. The list just
and
went
criticized player safety.
And criticized. I was
trying to reduce.
Oh, I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished. I was saving that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Eric Reed, you know, he said that Eric Reed should be fired for exercising his constitutional rights because he had every right to do what he did, whether people agree with him or not. The fact of the matter is you had a right to do it. He said the man should be fired. Everywhere you turn, I mean, he has offended, several groups of people. His career is over. There's certain things.
Bro, his take is so long-winded and no take whatsoever. Like, he just basically recapped. Is that what you're supposed to do when you're a take guy? He just recapped the situation and then basically said his career is over. This is so dog water, dude. What the fuck? Like, say something, dude. Be like, nah, it's not fucked up, actually. Or say, it's so fucked up. Fuck this guy, you know? Say something. Why is he stalling?
Things, particularly in this day and age, you don't come back from. And Jon Gruden cannot come back from this. So before I say, I want to hand it off to you, Keyshawn, because I think your words right now are more important than mine because you played for the man and you were consistent, like I said yesterday.
Stephen A. Smith refused to back any minority groups on television. I know. We've already seen the 10 minutes of Max Kellerman being blacker than Stephen A. Smith or whatever, that video, which is kind of grossly fucking put. But yeah, I know.
Even when at the time, I said, listen, he shouldn't be fired based off of the one comment from 2011. I made sure to point out that your words yesterday on your radio show, before anybody had spoken about it, your words, I was like, Keyshawn's been saying this about him for years. Everything he said on the radio, Keyshawn said about Jon Gruden years and years ago. So your words were very, very consistent. And now they're prophetic and profound, to be quite honest with you.
Then let him say it. Why is he not having... Okay, dude.
I don't see how he gets away with this. I don't see how he comes back from this. He hasn't gotten away from it, but how he comes back from this. But he ain't the only one. You, Bruce Allen, you know, you don't have a job right now. Good luck in getting one. Some of these groups, the owner of Hooters, and this little chain, this little clique y'all had going, you know, sending these emails back and forth with one another. This will not be the only domino that will fall.
It's never the only domino that'll fall. Yeah. I mean, it's just the start of everything. I mean, I don't even know where do you start with this situation?
You know, you want.
I want to start here. What did you see? What did you see as a player? Because you've been saying this for years, and people were critical of you for having those opinions.
I would say this, Molly, when I was playing,
yeah,
I didn't say anything. Stephen A. remember when I was deactivated from the team and essentially sent home for 6-7 weeks, I didn't say anything. I said, hey, I'm happy. I won a Super Bowl. I had my time. It's time to move on. I didn't get into it. I let everybody else just say what they say. And then I finally said, man, this dude is a fraud. Y'all don't seem to understand. He's selling you on something and you're buying it. He's been doing that for years. And whether it was he's an excellent quarterback coach, whether he won the Super Bowl, which I'm grateful and thankful that he came in at a time and injected some energy into us so we can get over the hump that year and win the Super Bowl.
John,
but it's the talking behind people's back.
Yeah.
That was one of his traits in Tampa. Everything, Stephen A., I love you, Molly, you're great. But as soon as I go around the corner, I can't stand them, you know what's, and this, that, and the other. I got to get it. He was.
See, that's spicy. That's what I want to fucking, dude. I love these lower thirds, dude. They're fucking hilarious. Keyshawn Johnson. Jon Gruden is a fraud. Before it's like Stephen A. Smith. Jon Gruden's career is over.
Was doing that a lot.
Wow, I'm glad that they fucking cut him off in the middle of his rhetoric here.
Gruden's statement, that last sentence, I never meant to hurt anybody.
6 months.
Well, rhetorically, I'll throw out this question. It wouldn't have hurt Eric Reed to get fired? It wouldn't have hurt women if they weren't allowed to be officials? It wouldn't have hurt Michael Sam if he was never drafted at all because of his sexual orientation? What do you mean you didn't mean to hurt anybody?
Yeah.
You actually did. That was the intent. He didn't feel Michael Sam should be in this league. He didn't feel women should be officiating. He didn't feel that Eric Reed should be in the league. I think that would have hurt people. And so when you see that and it's inconsistent, and then you see the press conference and he's talking about, I really don't want to talk about this anymore. That's what Jon Gruden had said at the press conference the other day.
There you go. He made a point, dude. Look, in the first 60 seconds, too. That's pretty wild. I mean, the point is that, you know, your words do matter. You're in a position of power. And that kind of energy that you have towards women, towards gay people, towards black people, that's completely unacceptable, especially when you're in the fucking NFL. Okay? It's like he's right about that. At
Just
least.
trying to determine how other people would come at him and what have you. You just see that this is really something that had to happen. There's no way around it.
Well, he says all those sort of things he didn't want to talk about anymore because he's been in control and in power.
Right.
So he wanted to try to force that will on everybody. And like I said on my show, no, you don't get to tell people when they can't have a conversation about what you did that was a very bad thing. That's not your choice anymore. Right. You gave that right up when you put them emails out there and they got publicized for people to see. And so at that point in time, you know, again, I go back to,
I hope someone finds some DMs from 15 years ago when you're all big, rich, and in power and you get exposed because of the same medicine everyone likes to give out. Dude.
I'm voting for Terry.
If you can't comprehend the difference between someone like myself who has, like, been very open about having shitty takes or shitty opinions in the past, nowhere near as bad as whatever that was, and how I've changed from that and how I advocate for people to fucking change as well. If you can't comprehend how that's different than like being Jon Gruden, who clearly has not, especially between the ages of 48 to like fucking 58, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Everyone is secretly a bigot in private. Yeah. Like there's varying degrees of what can be perceived as bigotry in private, which is why I'm saying that like there are differences. Context is important.
Has Crab PLS.
Why the fuck are billionaires beefing now? I don't know. Are they all gonna find cussy DMs like how your quarantine's going? Never forget. Oh, wasn't this the Raiders? Like I can breathe. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh my God, isn't the Raiders? Oh shit, I just remembered. Aren't they like fucking super weird? Like the owner of Raiders is super weird. And his son. Isn't this team owner like insanely weird? What's his name, dude? His son looks like fucked up. Like I don't know if I'm allowed to make fun of him. Like, yeah, the owner too. Yeah, this guy, dude. Yeah, this guy. I love this guy. I fucking love this guy, dude. This guy's my fucking favorite, dude. He's just like, I took it as a challenge. You know what I mean? Like when people said like rich dudes can get pussy no matter what, like I was like, that's a challenge. Dude, stop sending me grade A underage like chud COVID take. That guy's been a fucking chud for years. What the fuck? Who gives a shit? Fuck that irrelevant dude, okay? Maybe you're just recognizing it now. The original team owner, Al Davis, was actually pretty woke. He had women in the front office and hired multiple minority coaches. Bro, he's awesome, dude. I love this guy. Yeah, I love this. Can't believe chat made fun of your hair when there's people out there looking like that. I mean, this is like so powerful.
Sussy.
This is one of the worst looks you can have, especially at that price point. Like, at that, like, when you're at that level of wealth, if you look like that, that means you are very, like, you are trying extremely hard to look like that. Like, even on accident, a hairstylist could fix your shit up. I love this. He apparently drives like 400 miles in a minivan to get his haircut this way by a barber that he's gone to for decades. Yeah, he's like one of those guys who's like, I'm fucking eccentric. Like, I'm an eccentric billionaire, you know? Anyway, I'm bored of the fucking sports talk shit. I'm sorry, boys. It's like not that fun.
These things. Well, on these emails, Bruce Allen, who's the former president of the Washington football team, they were being investigated for workplace toxicity by the NFL. Also on the email, the co-founder of Hooters, another executive with a restaurant chain in Tampa, and also an executive that used to run a college bowl game. So they were on the emails. And NFL initiate change, right? The Inspire Change initiative they have. The focus of that is to together create positive change in communities across America. Female referees, the players wearing patches on their helmets, inspire change. All of this is happening out front and behind the scenes. This is not just some guy. This is an influential member of the NFL.
That's the funny part, though, is that like all of this stuff is symbolic for the most part, okay? And it's not offering like fundamental or structural change to anything, okay? It's just like, it's literally just like a symbolic fucking, oh, we are actually woke. And we're not like the industry built around like destroying the bodies of overwhelmingly, of course, comprised of black men, like destroying their fucking bodies and refusing to help them out when their bodies are completely fucking destroyed. An industry that like does not give a shit. And an industry that does not give a shit and regularly fucking will defend athletes as long as they're good athletes that are you know, doing horrible shit too.
Who is speaking behind the scenes as the antithesis of everything they're trying to put out publicly. That is a problem for the league.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's move on to Southwest Airlines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big story from today. Wait, there was another thing that I wanted to talk about though. HBO Real Sports just did a story on the owner of the Raiders. Oh, Kyrie Irving, more sports news, more sports ball news, more sports ball news. Kyrie just sacrificed more than Kaepernick ever did, says Donald Trump Jr. Totally. Yeah, Brooklyn, yeah, fucking kneeling during the national anthem for police brutality that disproportionately targets black people that looks like Colin Kaepernick and others is the same as not wanting to take a fucking vaccine because you're a flat earther conspiracy theorist like Kyrie Irving, which I love. I love Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry, but also he's a fucking conspiracy theorist. Like, he just like believes in the dumbest shit. It's part of the reason why I love him though. He's fascinating. Okay. He's my problematic fave. I mean, yeah, 100%. Kyrie's full crystal boy skulled. Oh my God, he's doing sage rituals. I love that. Oh, that is a fucking, how do you not love this guy, man? How do you not love this guy? Bro, he's saging up the court, dude. I love him. I love him. I can confirm Kyrie Irving tips better than LeBron James. That is insane to me. You're also hurting my feelings because I love LeBron James. And I would not expect him to not tip like the fattest tips of all time. Okay, I love this shit. For the record, I love this. I don't give a fuck about saging and stuff. I think it's great. Like, that is just like, who gives a fuck? That stuff is whatever. Not taking the vaccine, on the other hand, not great. Okay, so
John, love you.
Given the evolving nature of the situation, a Brooklyn Nets statement came out. Given the evolving nature of the situation after third deliberation, we've decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he's eligible to be a full participant. Kyrie's made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose. Currently, the choice restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate in part-time availability. Isn't LeBron James low-key anti-vax, by the way? That's what I've heard. And I don't want to talk about it because I love him and that hurts my feelings. So he was a super big bitch about it. Yes, but he did get it. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. At least he got vaccinated. It doesn't matter. No. It's good. We're good. We're fucking good. We're good. Boys. We're good. Safe. Greatest player of all time. Incredibly nice person. Works super hard. Not a bad guy. One day I will find out that he is a bad guy, and that'll break me. But so far, so good. Okay, so... Bro, this guy's sending me all the fucking sports takes, dude. Here, you want me to really... You really want me to do this. You want me to do the sports ball shit so bad. You're like, dude, watch this undisputed clip. Not mentioning China here is problematic. Wait, what? What? Bro, I don't give a fuck about LeBron James takes on China. What are you fucking...
American.
What kind of fucking psycho are... Like, no one cares, dude. Zero people. Like, you have to be so fucking horny to be like, dude, fuck you, dude. And fuck LeBron James. Like, you are literally just horny to, like, spear dick that narrative into a conversation. Who gives a fuck, dude? Oh no, dude. What the fuck? LeBron James did not offer. an immediate statement on China. I'm going to do the Southwest Pilots in a second. Please, too much sports ball commentary. Shut the fuck up. Literally every Reddit thread on LeBron spirals into his China comments is always a shit show. I don't care. Here you go, dude. Here you go. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for my take on LeBron's take on China? I don't care. And you don't either. Shut the fuck up. You literally don't care. Yes, I will cover. Speaking of China, the tankies are going to be eating good today, okay, in a little bit. I will get to that, okay? I will get to that in a little bit. The Associated Press basically are like, yeah, it turns out, you know, the fucking re-education camps no longer have barbed wire and shit. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't even continue going off that narrative. It's not like people give a fuck or know any better. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Don't worry. Okay. Big fan of Mao's LeBron. Unreal, man. I love LeBron. No, he said at a meeting people should shut up and play in a player association meeting. Yeah, that stuff is fucking gnarly and not cool and fucked up. For the record. Like them talking to Barack Obama and then like immediately stopping a potential strike. That was kind of whack. That was sad. That was sadder than like
let's go.
Him being like, I don't know anything about China. Please stop asking me, or whatever the fuck he said. Anyway, let's keep going.
Does this mean now Kyrie will be traded?
It's imperative that we continue to build chemistry as a team and remain true to our long.
So being a public figure that's anti-Hong Kong democracy is very cool. Got it? Dude, super cool. Anti-Hong Kong democracy. All right.
Established values of togetherness and sacrifice.
You mean anti-Hong Kong democracy until what, 2022 or something? Like when, or when is the official date that Hong Kong was 2046? Sorry, yeah, anti-Hong Kong democracy until 2046 or 2050 or whenever the fuck Hong Kong was always supposed to go back to mainland China.
Aha. I've been saying this all along. Now, what this tells me, Woj reported that Kevin.
I like this guy. I don't know. See, remember, I don't know anything about these dudes, but like, I just go off vibes, right? And I like this guy. His vibes are good. His vibes are pretty good. He's also super drippy, but like usually whenever I see clips of him, he seems like a good dude.
Durant and James Harden has been consulted on this.
I believe
with this statement, we already know. I keep trying to tell people, you think you got power. You don't. They got it. Now they say, you know what, Kyrie? Now, when you want to get vaccinated and make sacrifices like everybody else has made, we welcome you back with open arms. But until then, we don't do the part-time. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, do people understand? Imagine you get hired for a job, you work a year, and then all of a sudden you tell your boss, I'm only going to work half the year, but I still want you to pay me. And I'm going to decide what days I'm going to work.
And by the way, you make $33 million a year.
Okay.
Okay.
And they say, look, nobody is going to be able to participate with Kyrie on a limited basis.
Yep.
You either all in or you're all out. Now, the choice is yours. Now, one of two things are going to happen. Either Kyrie is going to get vaccinated or they're going to move on with Kyrie.
Yep.
It's as simple as that, Skipper. They're like, we're not finna go back and forth with Kyrie. Our goal is to win a championship, not go back and forth with is Kyrie in or is it Kyrie out? I think the Nets were like Shannon Sharp. I was under the impression that he was going to get the vaccine. Yeah. I'm sure they were also. Mm-hmm. And then it became abundantly clear Kyrie's not going to get the vaccine. No. Then it became abundantly clear to those higher ups, Kevin Durant and James Harden and Sean Marks and Steve Nash. Yep. Like I said, I believe Steve Nash was ready to move on a long time ago.
You're probably right.
Okay. You see what it is. I don't believe he plays for it. He gonna get that vaccine or he getting traded. Those are the only two options, Skip. I mean, it's not like he got A, B, C, D, all the above. He only got two options, vaccine or trade. That's it.
Okay.
12 months.
Bottom line, good for the Nets. Good for Sean Marks and Steve Nash, but especially for Kevin Durant and James Harden, because they had to sign off on this.
Absolutely.
And they said enough is just enough. As a group, they just called Kyrie's hand. They called his bluff. They just threw it right back in his court and said, hey, if you don't want to do this, and Sean Marks said it best, we respect his right to choose.
Yes.
They do. I do. You do.
Right.
Everybody. If that's what you want or don't want, go do it.
Right.
Don't get vaccinated. Become a conspiracy theorist if that's what you want to do. Become a visionary, an against-the-grain, mold-breaking thinker. That's what Kyrie at heart wants to be. Sometimes he says we're artists here, and his art is basketball, but he's got a mind in him.
Right.
He's got high IQ. He sees through things, and I love that about him. He tries to think below the surface, and he sees some things I don't see, but who am I to say that he's wrong? He thinks this.
Dude, I'm dying. I literally don't know. I can't. This is not for me. Like, the subject matter is actually interesting, but oh shit. The subject matter is actually interesting, but I cannot fucking get myself to like go through an entire thing. Wait, Kyrie Irving says, I have no plans to get. Oh, this is a meme.
You got like a card or a number or something? Read that for me. Bro, that's like get the fuck on.
I have no plans to get the vaccine, but I'm still interested in being a part-time player. Dude, why is he like this? You're not a sports guy, that's why? Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm certainly not. But I do also find it really interesting when, you know, sports guys will fucking come out and do shit like this. You got asked if he sees LeBron as a father figure and snapped. Seeing all the hogs tell Kyrie to stand the line is great. Yeah, I mean, same energy as this, right? Hold on. It's like the media just trying to cancel everybody. It was 10 years ago. Jon Gruden can coach my team any day. Yeah, stand the line, Kyrie. You're one of them good ones. It's literally like, it's the same energy, dude. That's right. Went from flat earther to pagan, burning incense to cleanse the TD garden, and now he's anti-vax. I mean, that's all, literally all of that works in succession. You know what I mean? Like, every single thing you mentioned is from the same area. One follows the other. Kind of like an ad follows the top of the hour. You know what I mean? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime. If you no longer want to subscribe, though, you can also use an ad block or a VPN. But Twitch Prime is free. Here's the ad now.
options was to get vaccinated or not play in the NBA.
Yeah.
That was a tough decision. Hopefully, you know, it works out in the long run. And 10 years, I'm so healthy.
During this week or so, what has it meant to you to see all your teammates support as you were making a decision?
Oh, no, it was good, man. It was nothing but love. Especially from, you know, Draymond, you know, Iguodala said a lot of good stuff. So there's a lot of support in the team, you know, and I feel like whatever decision I decided to make, they were going to stand by it. So it felt good.
Does it feel, I mean, after tonight, particularly after this interview, really the storyline is done, you're playing this season, does that feel good to just get behind you?
It feels good to play, but, you know, getting vaccinated, that's going to be something that, you know, stays in my mind for a long time.
Yeah.
The Halloween Pogo emote doesn't have the same vibe as the normal one. I agree. You're right. Michael, thanks for bringing up what needed to be said.
That's something I wanted to do, but it's kind of forced.
Will you have a sour taste in your mouth towards organization, towards the league, towards whatever? I mean, any, you know, in this,
not towards the organization. You know, they didn't make the rules. But
20 months.
I guess
Don't be a hassle.
to do certain stuff, you know, to work and all that, I guess you don't own your body. You know, that's what it comes down to. If you want to work in society today, then I guess they make the rules of what goes in your body and what you do. And you know, hopefully there's a lot of people out there that are, you know, stronger than me and keep fighting and, you know, stand for what they believe, and you know, hopefully it works out. You know, for
Yeah, at least you can still have taste in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
10 months hassle.